Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you're listening to this podcast. This is honestly the podcast that I've been trying to put off for a little while because I didn't even know where to start. So, where I'm starting, I just wanna publicly say thank you to Tom for the amount of work he has put in. That he put up with me for 6 months. He corrected me, directed me, and basically told me what the fuck to do and what the fuck not to do, how to talk to people, how to not talk to people, how to get sponsors, how to set up sponsorship deals for a show. And I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome. It's largely because I didn't want to talk to the people.
Oh yeah. I'm better at that.
It was good. You were a very people person. I know what I need people to do. I'm not particularly good at getting them to do that without being like, yo, go fucking do this.
For me, I've been a salesman for 20 something years, so I know how to get the job done and how to get money from people. No, we did great. We raised over two grand. Well over 100 people showed up to the event, which
116.
Yep.
Was our official number.
Yep, which is fantastic for two guys running their first show and one of them had no fucking idea what he was doing. And a lot of people helped. I just want to say thank you to Rob Day 59. Check out his interviews in the archives on goetalks.podbean.com because I love talking to Rob. Gonna say the big thank you because he was the online graphic guy.
He put up with so many revisions.
So many. Some of the stuff we had totally done and was ready to post and then had to change everything.
We made him change the graphic 5 times just for the Battle Royal.
Just for the Battle Royal.
I honestly don't know how many revisions we made poor Rob do. But yes, Rob, thank you if you're listening.
He is.
Thank you so much for all the... I would have slapped me for the amount of revisions I asked for, so thank you for putting up with that and putting in all that hard work for us.
Yep. And I just want to say thank you to the people who I asked many questions about, who probably don't want to be mentioned, who kind of held my hand a lot. I do really appreciate that. And just the people who listened to me when I was going absolutely insane, aka Tom, my lovely wife, friends who just questioned my sanity at points, including Tom.
Frequently. I didn't question it. I straight up told you you're off your nut for doing this. But
oh yeah, but we got it done. We did it, and it's something that I'm actually proud of that we got done. Next time we need some silver Sharpies or red Sharpies or something. If there is a next time.
Justin's talking about next time because his wife's out of town right now. So he can do that.
She's not here right now. She's on a lovely vacation with her sister in the Yukon, and she's having the time of her life. We do miss her dearly here because I'm a terrible parent. She's the main parent of the household, and I can definitely say that because she's awesome. So where do you really want to start with this? Pretty much.
Let's talk about how well Ethan's doing now.
Yes, let's do that. Ethan has had his latest brain scan is cancer free, and he's on round 3 of 7 of chemotherapy. They're still doing the chemotherapy because the nodules on his spine have shrunk by 80 or 90%. And the protein treatment they did and the chemotherapy seems to be really working, which is fantastic. And Ethan's a fighter, and he keeps fighting. He had a really bad infection about a couple weeks ago. I think 2 weeks now. Yeah, about 2 weeks, and had a big scare. But his spirits stayed up. He didn't let anything get him down, and he just kept on there fighting. But he's doing very well now. And if it keeps up, by New Year's, the little guy will be cancer free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I know me and Tom joke around a lot, but that is genuinely so amazing to hear.
It is fantastic. I don't know how to actually form of serious response to something so monumental. As a parent, I can't fathom what Dave is going through, having to sit by and watch his child struggle like this. And that is one of the main reasons we wanted to really help them out, because
we're both dads.
Yes, and the idea of having something like this happen to one of my children choked me up. And to know that Dave has to kind of sit back and watch what happens. Like, he's been there for the journey and all that, but as a parent, there's beyond moral support and helping the child with comfort, there's very little you can do to battle the illness personally.
And that's the hardest part, because you got to give your kid up to doctors and say, and they're going to tell you this may work, this may not work. They will give you percentages, they will give you numbers, they will break it down for you. And it's very difficult to just listen to as a friend. I can't even imagine as a parent.
On that note, let's ambush Dave and get him in here.
Yeah, why not? Because we're going to cold call Dave, because I told him I'm doing this. Now, should have probably had him prompted on my phone, but that's what good podcasters do.
Work in progress.
I've been doing this since 2016. There we go. We got Dave.
Hopefully we got Dave. We might get Dave's answering machine.
Yep, and if not, that's okay too. Looking like Dave's machine coming up.
Hello.
Hey, Dave.
How are you?
Pretty good. We are actually recording right now, if that's okay with you.
Live from Toronto, it's David James Joseph Hayes.
Yeah, it still bugs me that you got two fucking middle names, dude.
I'm special, man.
Shut up, my kids have two middle names.
It is
it's my wife's idea.
It's a Canadien, it's a Quebecois Catholic tradition to have a second middle name.
Yeah, I got
my family. It was Joseph for all the boys and Marie for all the girls.
Okay. Well, what we're doing is we're kind of just talking about Ethan's fight, and we're trying to
wrap up and put some final thoughts on the day.
Yeah, because one, me and Tom needed to not see each other for like a month.
Yeah, I totally understand. You guys were on each other all the time getting that ready, and a little break was necessary.
Yep.
So Tom's here too. That's great. Hi, Tom.
How's it going, Dave?
I'm doing all right. Yeah. Kids just out of the bath. Their mom's gonna put them to bed. I think story time. I can take a little stroll around the building and have a chat with you guys and all the scores of people that might be listening in.
Scores.
Right on. So we were just talking. Yep. We were mentioning Ethan's been doing quite well since the show, actually.
Yes. So for any of you listeners who haven't heard, we did get a very positive result on the first MRI after chemotherapy started, and the results showed that there was no cancer present in his brain any longer. There's still some small pockets left in his vertebrae, but that's a big reduction. Of course, we were all jumping for joy when we heard that. And it's great news. So that was at the end of the second session. We are now into the third of 7 sessions and about halfway through this journey. It's going to take us to the end of the year. And the goal, like I've said to both of you and many of the people that were at Ethan's fight, is that come 2020, we will be cheersing a cancer-free Ethan.
That is the best thing I could hear today.
Yeah, because that's fantastic. It is.
Yeah, it's really great news. We got a long way to go, but it's great to, get hit those corners and know you did the right things, and he did all the things he needed to do, and he loves seeing his mom happy about that. She was quite giddy about it, so big grin from him when he saw how happy me and her were. And so we're just plugging along. This session that he's in now is the first of the sessions that is new to all of Canada. So for all of you who don't know, Ethan was selected for a study that is going to follow him for probably the rest of his life. and it's the first time that this specific treatment has been given to someone outside of the St. Dou's area. So, it's the first time it's been administered by sick kids, and only a few of the sessions have deviations from what children would normally receive at sick kids, and this is the first one that's experimental. So this is the first time this sequence of drugs has ever been tried before in this session, and he's been responding positively. We take things day at a time. Yesterday wasn't as good. We didn't get as much food in as we want normally, but today, no vomiting. So those are the kind of good days when you're a parent of a child with cancer, like just having a day where we get all the food that we need in and we get lots of happy times, and that's great. That's all I want. If you just eat, I'm good.
That's awesome, man. But I do gotta ask, since it is a podcast, what was your first opinion when I told you about the idea for Ethan's fight?
Well, I was excited. I was happy. It was really early on. I think you'd mentioned that to me in the first month, so it was I was definitely experiencing a whirlwind of emotions at that time. But just to hear that, I had friends from so long ago that were, feeling for me that they really wanted to put all of their skills, and they wanted to do something that was really going to make a difference, that was going to be impactful. And anyone who was there last month, they know how impactful it was. And I think the emotion was very raw for everyone who was there, including the performers and all the attendees. And, everyone could tell it was very positive. And I think that went right through to Ethan. Like, we did show him all the videos, and, he was very happy to see them. So, yeah, I was excited. And I didn't know at that time how long it was going to be, but, yeah, I was excited. That's my one-word answer, is excited.
Because I remember first telling you, and I said, I got an idea. And I'm like...
That is not the first time Justin and I had an adventure where it started with Justin uttering those words.
I think a lot of his are like that.
Yeah, this is how I've kind of had an interesting life. Well, you know what, guys? And then I have stories.
That's the great thing about interesting life. You got stories to tell your grandkids, and we have a few, don't we, Justin?
I'm going to have... Wait, I don't have grandkids. What are you talking about?
You have 4 kids, so it's pretty much inevitable at this point.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, not yet, dude. Not yet.
I think there's a lot of the stories we're not going to be able to tell the grandkids still.
Exactly. Well, maybe when the grandkids are at their wedding. That's one of those bucket list items, I think, that, at least for me, is high. If you can get through your life and you are dancing at your grandchild's wedding, hey, man, you've hit that notch. That's great, because a lot of people have experienced really lavish lives, and maybe they were really rich, or maybe they had a lot of people, and they didn't get to do those things. So if humble people like us get to that point in our lives where we can dance at our grandchildren's wedding, even if it's just one, I think that's a victory.
Awesome. What were your actual? What was your actual feeling about the show?
It was.
Is that your first pro wrestling show that you've been to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to a live show. I think Justin introduced me through Facebook. I've always seen Justin's posts about, what is it, Death Smash?
Death Proof.
What is this? Death what?
Death Proof.
Death Proof Fight Club.
For years and years and years, I'd see Justin's Death Proof posts, and I was like, it's really nice to see that there's local entities that exist for people who have a passion in wrestling, and it's not just that they go to cons, or they actually they put together. It's all local, and it's all these people who really, it's their passion that they want to do it, and it shows. It shows in every single person that's there. They're not there just because it's a job. They're not just there because it's, I guess I'm supposed to be here today. They're there because they love what they do, and they're there because they want to expand it. You know what I mean? They want kids that maybe only really grew up watching TV on television to know that it's not something that is restricted to that media. It's something that if you care about it enough, you can make it happen. You can make it happen in your high school gym. You can make it happen anywhere. You know, especially with the internet nowadays, it's not hard to connect with these groups and find out where your local entities are that can put you in touch with your local wrestling outfit. And I was really happy to see that all these people came together and that they all cared for Ethan so much.
And do you think Chloe has been bitten by the wrestling bug?
I don't know, man. She's got a lot on her plate right now, and I'm not talking about Ethan. I mean, I just discovered, she's going to be doing quite a lot of dance. So she's down with performing on stage, and that's always been a part of her. She's a consummate performer, I've said it a million times, and whatever she ends up doing, whether it be dancing, or even if she finds another passion, I think there's always going to be a part of her that wants to be involved in expressing herself on stage. I don't know that it's going to be wrestling. She loved it, though. She's happy to receive that kind of attention. I guarantee you that memory of pinning Carter Mason, right?
Yep.
His name?
Yep.
Carter Mason. That's going to be with her forever. And, we all have the videos so we can show her. There might be a time in her life that she might find it embarrassing, but she'll know that, I brought her there and that, there was people around that cared so much for Ethan that they wanted to put this together. And I'm sure she'll have a different kind of appreciation for it as she gets older.
Oh yeah. I think she just really liked being in the ring.
Oh, for sure. Because it was at the end of the show, and anyone who was at the event could hear Chloe cheering from the very beginning. I know Justin's dad was right beside me and her, and even the little family that was beside us. I mean, it was just so heartwarming because it was the crowd that brought her into it. I mean, I definitely could tell that it was something that she liked. She would, if I were to ask her today, hey, next week or 2 weeks from now, hey, do you want to go to another event like that? I think she'd be down for that.
Oh yeah.
She did enjoy herself immensely. I'm positive.
See, we made another fan. It's all good.
One by one, yeah. Well, she doesn't have any posters up in her room yet, so.
Well, my little girls can definitely share.
Okay.
If you introduce that girl to Bailey, she's going to be hooked.
Right, and was she one of the wrestlers at the event?
No.
No. Bailey is a WWE superstar who does a little kid.
I'm out of the loop, boys.
We'll get her a Violet Lee. We'll get her a Violet Lee poster.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
My sister-in-law.
I'm telling you, I'm like, I remember Coco Beware was my favorite wrestler.
Yes, the Birdman.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I love that cat. He had a great intro song or something like that. His crazy dance when he got on the stage too was pretty. He was bodacious. There's no doubt about that.
Yep. Now, do me a favor. YouTube Coco Beware and watch his entrance now, and you would just be like,
oh no, it's still as good.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Well, he still wrestles, so.
In WWE?
No.
On the independents, though.
Yeah, on the indie scene.
Okay, all right. I'm sure it's great. I mean, I wonder what else he does. I mean, I'm sure he's really passionate about wrestling. I'm just, I hear about these stories sometimes about Jake the Snake. I mean, I'm sure
we're not going to talk about Jake the Snake today.
Let's not. I'm
sure we're meant to keep things light here.
That's a whole podcast to itself, buddy.
But it ended up being a positive story.
They covered that in Dark Side of the Ring.
So many of the people that grew up loving him, when they heard about his plight, they crowdfunded for him to support him, right? So just goes to show you that there's the people who are fans of wrestlers and wrestling. They have a lot of heart, and they don't want to see one of their own in a position where they're hurting.
Yep.
That was made very clear to me.
Oh yeah, no, because wrestling fans are probably the most passionate.
Definitely the most passionate people you will find among sports fans.
Because everybody has their favorite. They have somebody to cheer for, somebody that they pick pick and like. Like I have my favorite indie guys that I love watching. That I'm the only one who's excited when these guys come on the card. But Dave, I am going to let you go because we are recording. Thank you for actually for answering the phone.
Yeah, that was gonna be awkward.
No,
We just talk to your answering machine.
I'm excited. It would have been, he didn't pick up. That would have been the podcast. We'll try again another time.
Oh yeah.
No,
Or
thanks for making me
I would have edited it in later. And
it's Dave.
Yep.
I'd just like to make clear that is not what happened. He did not need to edit it. I picked up. It was, thanks for making me a part of this deal. I know I've joined the ranks of esteemed bunch of people that you've had on as guests, and I really appreciate it. And I want to say thanks to everyone who came out and supported Ethan. It's really warms me down to the heart cockles. Every little bit of me is happy when I think about all the people that came together to make that day special.
You and that fucking Dennis Leary CD.
Oh man, I could still do that rant.
I know you can. But that is going to be for another day, sir.
All right, you two have a good night. Thanks so much. It was great hearing from you.
You too.
Have a great one, Dave.
Bye. Alright guys, we had Dave on. He was live. I'm just making sure, completely off the cuff there. But now what I want to do is just quickly go into the kind of sequence of events. I came to Tom, said, "Hey, we want to do this?" Tom's first response was, "No, fuck off."
Literally. I think that might have been, maybe not in that order, but those words were definitely used.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to do that.
I was like, no, that's a terrible idea. Just cut him a check.
You have no idea how much work you're getting into. Just cut him a check and be done. If you want to do this, you have to be. And if I say all in again, Tom's going to punch me.
Oh god.
There were certain phrases I was banned from texting Tom.
Yeah.
All in is one of them.
Thankfully now AEW's copyrighted it, so you can't use it anymore.
Oh yeah, sure. And they're going to come to my podcast and sue me. All right.
Vince would.
Come at me, guys. I got nothing. I got a podcast.
He's a podcaster. He clearly has no money.
Yeah, well, exactly. I tried to buy a mic from a guy on the marketplace today.
Well, this is your first place. You're in the online marketplace.
Oh, yeah. Well, exactly. I'm just like, hey, how old is this mic? Well, it's the first Blue Yeti mic ever made. I'm like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
I'm like, they've been around since the 90s. And the guy's like, well, it still works. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to buy it. Trying to update the road gear a little bit, guys. But first thing, Tom told me to fuck off. And then I asked him a second time. He told me, what does your wife think? So I went and talked to her. And she also told me to fuck off. This is a bad idea. And then
Justin ignored both of us and went ahead anyway.
Oh yeah, and then Justin books a venue and then loses a venue in like 24 hours. Because those guys, I'm not going to say the name, I'm not going to badmouth them, but I did put an Eastern Vice poster right up in their, right, facing their building.
A certain geometric shape, temple, and a direction.
Yep. That's all we're going to say about that. It was, what happened was, the guy said yes. We had an agreement to do it. I had the insurance all lined up. I had everything ready to go. And then he calls me the next day, leaves a message saying, yeah, we can't do this. The board feels it's not in our council beliefs. And I'm like, and I just call him back and say, okay, what is not about your beliefs? Oh, we can't have that kind of show. And I'm like, so you guys are pro-cancer?
Yes.
And I was kind of an asshole, but I was mad.
Justin was very bitter.
I was very bitter and angry.
He's still very bitter.
I am, as I'm looking at my feet. I do that when I get pissed off. So I ranted on the guy, and he just kept saying, "Oh, the council says this. The council." I'm like, "Okay, can you get me in contact with the council?" "Oh, I'm the representative for the council." Worst thing he could possibly say to me at that point. So I'm like, "So you are pro cancer for children?" And at that, this guy had no idea what he was saying. And I'm just like, "Well, here's what I'm going to do. We had a verbal agreement. You backed out on the verbal agreement after knowing what the show was. We're going to have some kind of issue here." And I threatened going to the media, which I did not. I was very, very nice on that part, because the media would have tore them to shreds, man. They would have destroyed them. And it's like, then he keeps going, we're a charitable thing. We keep doing this. We keep doing that. I'm like, yeah, but it's a wrestling show, and then he starts bringing up, oh, insurance. I'm like, I had liability insurance lined up. I had this, I had this, I had this. He kept throwing things, and I just kept hitting him out of the park. He had no leg to stand on.
Basically, they just didn't want to have wrestling and assumed we didn't have permits and such. And
oh yeah, and he assumed I was a fucking idiot, and because I've worked in the restaurant industry for a long time, and I know how to put stuff on. And when I was working at the Rec Room, I worked with the entertainment guys, so I learned what you have to have and what you need to have to put on a show. Just like I talked to Tom and said, okay, what do we need? And it's like, okay, first thing we need a venue, and then we need a ring. And we got our ring from Crossbody Pro Wrestling. They gave us a decent, I would say very good price for a first time event. They trusted us with a ring, and I will be forever grateful for that, because without those guys, we probably couldn't have had the show.
No, 100%. You gotta have a ring to have the.
Yeah.
You can't be the guy putting down a tarp.
Oh, it was at a high school gym. We just could have threw some mats down.
Guys do that. It's been done.
Oh God, I know. But after we locked the ring, then we started getting talent, and
followed immediately by cancellations.
Oh yeah, yeah, like immediately, and for everyone who came and did the show, thank you. I appreciate it fully, and to the people who got canceled, no hard feelings. I understand. There were other bookings. There was other shows that paid better, and I totally understand that. With everybody who couldn't make it, or had family emergencies, or had other issues that they could not be there to be there for. No hard feelings in any way, shape or form, guys. Just people. I just want to let people know that cancellations happen. One of the people was completely distraught that they couldn't be on the show, because something happened. They were actually, I'm just going to say it, when Jessie Mack let us know she had a concussion and she could not wrestle that day, because she was in the championship match at Chinlock before, and she got dropped on her head. Haven't had coffee since 8 a.m. guys. But so we had to make the alteration to the four-way women's match. It was totally out of our hands there. So we got a fantastic match, three-way match, and Jessie still really wanted to be on the show, so she managed
White Trash Circus.
White Trash Circus. What the hell was I going to call them? Hardcore something?
They battled Team Blackhead,
which was awesome. Yeah, Team Blackhead was fun. That was a fantastic match. I really, really enjoyed it. And every match on that card was good. I enjoyed every single match as a fan, because I took a second to just watch every single match before running around like a crazy person, making sure everything was going well, and just
Michelle Leith,
Yes.
our fantastic ring announcer.
I just want to say a thank you to Michelle Lee for coming on very, very short notice. Because, once again, Zach was supposed to come and
Came down very ill
yes.
the weekend of.
Yeah, and he still feels horrible. He was having kidney issues and was in and out of the hospital, so we couldn't guarantee he would be there because he really wanted to be there. I actually spent a good portion of time writing out a kind of a script for him with whatever weights and everything I could, so he had something to practice with, which was kind of fun for me to write out too. But I gotta ask you, what was your favorite match?
What was my favorite match?
The last one, cause the show was done.
Yeah, basically. For me, it was a little. I was pretty wound up hardcore, trying to make sure everyone stayed on time and everything flowed from backstage.
How was running your first show? Because here's the honest truth, guys. I stayed out front. I was back there as little as humanly possible because I am not a wrestler. I do not belong in a wrestler's dressing room. The only time I was in there was to change in and out of the suit because you gotta look good. And everyone's like, "Oh, what? I worked in kitchens. That was nothing." Everyone kept asking, "Aren't you hot?" I'm like, really good. It was a perfect day. But how was being the man with a pencil, the Booker man?
It was incredibly nerve-wracking. I'm pretty sure I almost rubbed my own eyebrow off, scratched my head in.
Yeah, he did too.
Yeah. It was very nerve-wracking. Trying to handle 50-some wrestlers and keep them to their match times, make sure everyone was prompted and understood what was needed of them to answer any questions, dealing with issues that came up during the show, be they timing issues, technical issues, fans getting in earlier some fans ninja powered their way into the building somehow. They kind of like snuck in with the ring crew a little bit, and so we had to rearrange them to get them out until we could finish setting the show up.
They were not happy with me because like, I've seen a ring set up before. I'm like, yeah, but I don't care. A couple other fans got in a little bit early, which is fine. We love everybody who came and supported. I just had to kick you out so we could do the wrestling for 1 second.
Yes.
But opening the door and seeing all those people all lined up, that was fucking cool.
Oh, can I tell the rest of that story?
Sure.
Since you're gonna not tell it.
Dave?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
My brother was also a great help to us that day.
Yes.
Was our AD
Dave
guy.
is the unsung hero of the...
Had the always trying job of being our sound guy.
Yeah.
Which he did quite a bang-up job, citing unnamed promotion that had the worst fucking sound guy in history this weekend that I was at.
Yeah. No, Dave did a fantastic job.
He did a pretty bang-up job.
Yeah.
And
there was only one mistake, which is out of his hands.
Yeah. There's some music that got labeled wrong when it got put on the computer.
Yeah.
So when he clicked on someone's music and it was not that, there was very little he could do.
Yeah, and he just like waving at him.
Yeah, he's like... and for always having the stones to tell us to cram it when we're wrong about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, when my brother was doing our running, helping set up the sound, and doors were opening, and of course Justin was so excited and overwhelmed when he saw the 100-some people at the door waiting to get in that Justin fainted, and my brother had to catch him. So Justin didn't fall and splatter his head on the floor.
Might have actually did that twice. Twice that day. Once with David Morton, and once with Aaron, the photographer.
Nice.
He literally caught me. And Aaron's a little guy, but thank God he works out. I am not a small man, and he just kind of caught me. once again, thank you to Aaron. You will not listen to this because you've never listened to a podcast in your life. But he did an amazing job. That was his first foray into sports photography.
He did a fantastic job.
He learned a lot, and he's so happy and wants to do it again. Yeah, anyone listening who needs a wrestling photographer, talk to Aaron Cam. Message me. He works cheap, and I will give you his email. Yeah, photographer was great. Naked Monk guy was great.
Yes.
B&K Collectibles was pretty cool having them there.
Yeah, B&K Collectibles, located in Kitchener. They're moving to a new location. Fantastic selection of pops, figurines, and collectibles.
Wrestling figures.
Yes, wrestling figures. All your collectible needs. Check them out.
Yep. And thanks to all the sponsors who gave me money.
Yes, sponsors were a huge part of getting this off the ground.
Yep.
As much as we all volunteer hundreds of hours of our time, it does not pay for insurance or rings.
Yeah.
Or janitors' salaries that we had to hire because the school board made us.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. The schools gave us the only thing with the school, they gave us the building really cheap, but the janitor was freaking awesome. He was there early. He was waiting for us when we got there. Yeah, he brought his own family to the show to watch it.
Yeah, he was one of our biggest supporters.
Oh yeah, no, he was telling everybody about it.
All the local radio stations that came out too to support and cover the event.
Yeah,
it's fantastic to have that kind of coverage.
Virgin, FM 96, Free FM, Rogers promoting us on their TV show, which was kind of cool when you're like, hey, your thing's on Rogers TV. What? Yeah, they're actually promoting it and stuff. I'm like, that's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, the me fainting twice, you rubbing off an eyebrow, which is growing back with
mostly there
quite nicely. Or your wife was probably like, what the fuck's your eyebrow?
No, she knew what happened to it.
Yeah. She's just like, yeah.
She's like, stressed out today, were you?
Yeah, and then getting out a little bit later than we thought we would. But the janitor was really cool. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to charge you. I'm like, sweet.
Thank God.
And to all the wrestlers who helped set up chairs, set up the ring, tables, and I just want to say thanks to Laura Thorne for helping out selling food and drinks, and because everybody, like, the food and drinks went, which was awesome. It just made more money for the show. I didn't think we would. I knew the numbers and I knew the math from working in the restaurants, but I didn't think we'd actually match it. And Chewy's hot dogs for doing all the hot dogs. Thanks to Jukes Kane and the risk takers for coming on. And yeah.
Also, I think Tyson Duke's Wrestling Factory, a good chunk of his students came out and donated their time.
Yep.
Hamilton Pro Wrestling, also that many of their students donated their time. And Crossbody Pro Wrestling in Kitchener as well. Many of their students donated their time to be part of this fantastic cause.
And set up the ring and
just spent a long day not only wrestling,
but driving
to the venue, spending hours on setup and teardown, and doing their part as well, promoting the event on social media. So
yeah,
thank you, and to all the wrestlers, of course. Big thank you to Cody Diener as well. Cody Diener really taking this cause to heart and helping us have a fantastic main event. Yeah. Carter Mason too as well. Great sport.
Oh yeah, he sold it on social media and anyone he could basically tell.
Yes.
And just all the wrestlers, all the people. Thank you to my lovely wife for running the incredible raffle table, because all the local businesses who gave stuff wouldn't have had a raffle table if people didn't donate stuff. And it wasn't like they would just, no, like some of those prizes were freaking awesome.
Yes. Sponsors did a lot to help us out.
Yeah. There's some we can't say. We gotta keep.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Oh no.
Oh wait, I'm not gonna talk about that either. Jeez.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah. No, we're not going to talk about that. Or any incidents that scared the bejesus out of me and Tom right off the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I've been an adult for 18 years. I don't know what to say here.
Sometimes.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to run away and hide because large man's getting up and walking towards me.
All in all, great show.
Yep.
All of our wrestlers, referees, volunteers, vendors, ticket takers, camera people, sound people. Thank you legitimately and earnestly for all the work. I know I'm not a super... it's okay, it's not even if. I am not at all a pleasant person to work with, which is why I usually work by myself on things. So thank you to everyone, and especially Justin, who put up with a lot of four-letter words
I don't
directed toward him.
Don't think anyone's ever told me to fuck off so many times before in like one sentence.
Yeah, there was a lot of...
Oh yeah, he's like, I can't do this. I'm not talking to this person. You can do it. And then 10 minutes later, he texts me back, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. But thank you to Justin for pushing me to new levels to...
You did good, kid.
Use my mad genius for something for good for once. Instead of evil. And it was a good feeling to know that we did something really good for the world just for the sake of doing it, and to bring all those people together like that was amazing feeling.
Yeah, it was something good to do something good. I just gotta let the dog out, guys. One second.
And for all the people who did come out to Ethan's fight and thought, wow, I really enjoy this pro wrestling, keep coming out to pro wrestling. Keep supporting it. It's not just all WWE. There is guaranteed wrestling going on in your own backyard right now within less than an hour's drive of you. So check it out. Find your local event. Find these performers.
Yep.
And go support these shows. We're not the only ones doing great charity shows like this. Wrestling has a big history of being very generous and doing a lot of work for charity, be it all the way up to the big guy at WWE doing the Make-A-Wish.
Oh yeah.
Chinlock Wrestling has their own. I talked about it on our other podcast, but C4 Wrestling in Ottawa is also doing a cancer fundraiser in August. So get out and support independent wrestling, because it's not just a good time, it's passion for doing the right thing and for greatness. So get out and get a part of that.
And once again, to everybody who took part, donated on the Facebook page or anything, I just want to say thanks. Thanks again. And I will edit this down and get it out as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.